deep breath because I know that this subject is really intense. But I'm ready to start talking, and I'm ready to start moving the energy that we have all been put into this cloud of fear. And it's just time. It's time to start moving that energy so we can begin to live again. So I know this message isn't going to be the easiest, but I'm going to be raw, I'm going to be real, I'm going to just be here. Okay, so I hope this helps because I readjusted everything so you could actually hear me. Anyway, so about 2.5 weeks ago, I got a call that my dad was very sick, and I rushed in to check in on him and to provide whatever I can in order to help him. It was a very intense situation because my dad and his wife got COVID. My dad is 77 years old. His wife had been taking care of him. I didn't know anything. She could no longer take care of him, and her son asked if I would step up and help my dad. So during this time, I had to rearrange my entire life because he's my dad, right? So what I did is I had my kids go to their dad's house. I cleaned my house, got everything ready, and took a medical leave at my office to stay at home and care for my dad. So I first-handedly he was still COVID positive, picked him up from the hospital and brought him directly to my home. So I definitely was exposed to it. And here's my story. I got him home, and the first thing is everyone's like, oh my gosh, okay, here's a mask, here's this, make sure you're hand washing, do all this stuff. And I made a choice. My choice was I can cover myself all up and be in fear and try to keep myself protected, or I could know with every cell of my body that I have done many, many years of healing my gut, healing my cells, getting myself strong to know that if I do come in contact with it, my body will know how to release it. And I chose, out of those two options, option B is just to show up in love, show up in knowing 100% that I was strong enough to be able to handle whatever came my way, and I had no idea what it was going to be like because I've seen so much in the media. But I showed up, and I showed up how I knew that was best for me and for my dad. So to be quite honest with you, it was a mind game, because we are fed so much from the media to believe in all of the fear. And I get it, like COVID does affect people. My dad was very, very, very sick. I see it. I know it's there. I know the virus is there. But I had, again, to make that choice. And every single day I had to make that choice about, do I go into this in fear or do I go into this in love? And every single day I went into it with love, to love him and love him and love him and heal him. So there were definitely days, one in particular, where all of a sudden, and I'm very intuitive, and I felt this energy come into my body. Like it was kind of like coming onto my head. Next. And within this energy, I started getting very fearful. I started getting very anxious. I started having body aches. I started having symptoms, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. Okay, I get it. I'm getting, this is it. Then I went into meditation, and this is why meditation is so incredibly powerful during this time of all this chaos and fear that's around us, is because we have to find our center, we have to find our truth, and we have to go within and carry our strength from within, because we're not going to get it outside of us. And I had to decide, fear or love, fear or love. And I was like, love. And then I was like, whatever this energy is, it is not mine. I do not claim it. I release it. And I know that I am healed. I know that I am strong. And I know that I am worthy of protection, of keeping myself away from COVID. So I moved it off of me, I put protection around me, and I came back into my strength to know I am safe. And I had to keep telling myself this. I am safe. And I was tapping. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. And that's what I kept doing until the energy completely moved off of me and I moved back into that headspace to know that I was safe. I was protected and I was going to be okay. And I was still there to show up for my dad in love. And you guys, this was really, really, really hard. It was the test of all tests to believe in myself, to believe in the natural ability that God created our cells and our body to be. And when we know that so strongly, we create that. And that is my belief. That is, that's what I walked in with. That's what I walked out with. And I was with my dad for 11 days. 11 days, I took care of him. I washed him. I bathed him. I shaved him. I washed his clothes. I did, and I had no mask. I had no protection. I was just love. So again, this is just my story. This is my reality. And I wanted to share it because I believe so strongly that our mind creates our reality. If we believe and we allow the fear to come into us and if we accept it, then we create that. If we know that we are worthy of the healing, we are worthy of the protection, and we know that our body is strong and in strength, then it will repel it. And I knew that if I did bring it in, that I was going to learn and grow from it. Like, I walked into it as unknown as everybody else, so there's no ego to be like, I'm going to power through this. There was none of that. I really had no idea. I just had to keep using my tools to bring me back into strength. So do I see COVID differently now? Absolutely. I see the world differently. And I think that's what COVID is about. Like, everybody that I've talked to that has had experiences with COVID, literally it's like the depths of them comes out. And when you start to see all the blessings that happen around us, like there were so many blessings that were happening that I could never have created without my dad actually being in my home. So I understand the learning that was created in my reality. And I'm grateful for it. And my dad is now healing and he is getting better at 77 years old. But ultimately, it is the strength within inside of yourself to know that you have the power to heal. You have the power to know that you are protected. You have the power to know. So if I could offer one piece of advice on how to move through COVID, is take this time to go deep within inside yourself and heal any parts of you that believes that you are unworthy of receiving healing, that you are unworthy of receiving perfect health, that you're weak, that you're whatever the fears are. Get rid of those and know that you have the power to move through this in strength, and you can do this, right? And just to let you know, I went and got my COVID test. My COVID test came back that I had no antibodies and I was never exposed to COVID, even though my dad was contagious for the 11 days that he was with me. I hope this maybe just helps one person to be less afraid and to pull your power back into your center, to know that you are a strong human being and you can move through this, and we can fight this together with our own strength and our own minds and our own thoughts. Anyway, much love to all of you guys. I hope this didn't trigger you into a bad way. I hope it empowered you to know that you are healthy, you are strong, you are brave, you are courageous, and we're gonna get through this together. Much love to you all.